Morning, y'all. Welcome back to the vlog. Okay, it's Thanksgiving. So here we are, and it's Thanksgiving morning. It's before 7. It's not 7 yet. I'm up. I've kind of been up since before 4. I just wake up early. Let me get some light so y'all can kind of see. A couple things you hear. The heater's going and the asthma machine is going. The nebulizer's going. Jackson is not in the best right now, but that that happens to him around this season. But we just declare, I laid hands on my son this morning. I have never had a sick child. My oldest 3 kids were not like this, and Jackson has struggled with asthma for 13 years. And when he came in this morning, because we have dealt with this so much that we know what to do. So we started back on double steroids yesterday because he didn't feel well Friday. No, oh God, my days are mixed up. Okay, he didn't feel well Tuesday. That was the last day of school for us. We were off yesterday. He didn't feel well Tuesday, so of course we're taking the meds and all the things. And so we know what to do. Everybody in this house knows. Even when Alana was little, she's 18 now, but when she was 5 years old, she knew how to treat Jackson for asthma. Tranda knew how to treat Jackson. It was the only way I could leave the kids and be able to go and do something like groceries and that kind of thing, because I would not take them out with me in the very beginning because I was just overwhelmed with my life. So let me turn this one heater off. Anyway, I'm saying all that to say, when he came in this morning, before he even got up, I knew, my first question is, how's your chest? And he says, not as good as it was yesterday. So I already know we're getting to a point where, and this will be his second flare this year. And last year we didn't have any flares. So I think it's this whole flu RSV situation that's going around. He is at regular school now. He didn't have one flare last year, and that was a blessing. He's already had one this year. And so it's Thanksgiving. The pharmacies are closed, so there's not anything I can do to get his steroids. So he does have inhaled steroids, so we did that. I say all that to say, I told him, take your QVAR, do a double treatment this morning. I'm going to go do some chest PT with him in a minute. But he came in my room, and I just laid hands on my son, and I said, we just rebuke this in Jesus' name. We don't have time. He has been sick his whole life. And while it doesn't bother him, he lives his life the way he's supposed to. We don't want this for him. He'll never be able to go to the military because he's not grown out. He's still growing in of the asthma, and they will not accept him that way. He wants to play sports, and he wants to run track and do all that, and we don't want issues. And so I just, again, laid hands on my son and prayed for him in Jesus' name. Like we are taking authority over his airwaves. We are taking authority over this sickness. And, we covered your prayers. If you are a believer and you believe in the power of healing, we covered your prayers to be in agreement with us. Jackson has spoken over his own self and his own life, saying that he is tired of asthma. It is not something that we enjoy. It's not something that we actively deal with all the time, because he doesn't have flares until, around these times. But we don't want this to hinder what he is going to be doing here in the next little bit. They're going with Dad. And so now we'll have to pack an extra thing, the machine and the medications and all the stuff. Dad knows how to do the machines, but if he doesn't, Jackson knows how to self-treat. He's 13. But anyway, there's a ton to be done, and I'm up doing it. Now, normally what I would do is I would go in the kitchen and start doing my kitchen stuff, and I would leave everything else until later if I got a chance. Not this morning. We've already had Friendsgiving. I'm not doing the bulk of the cooking. I'm not even doing a lot of cooking in my house. What is happening is they asked me to bring chicken. They wanted Publix chicken, but Publix is not open today. So I said, what about Bojangles? They said, sure. They did not want me to cook the chicken, which is fine. I don't fry chicken. I haven't fried chicken in years. Oh my God. Can't even remember the last time I fried a piece of chicken. Although I know how, so don't come for me in the comments. But they said Bojangles I said, I asked, they said, sure, that will be fine. So I have a pickup time at 11:30 to pick up Bojangles. So the only thing I have to make at my house this morning is a stuffing. And I'm going to be reeling that stuffing because evidently people have a problem with me using stovetop, which I think, if I'm correct, I could be so wrong. It is breadcrumbs. It's seasonings that you would find in your cabinet if you had time to bake bread and, bake the cornbread and then ground up the seasonings by hand if you had time for that. And I'm going to add some stuff. We going to do it up over here. And then I don't have to do, but we're going to do a cornbread that we found in our recipes and which people have a problem with Jiffy. They're like, oh, Jiffy. She had me until she said Jiffy. Sir, ma'am, listen. I think we need to normalize minding our business. How about that? Can we normalize minding our business? One thing I think, one of the pastors that I follow, oh God, he is just like a wise beyond years, right? He said, sometimes the only place that people can have a platform is in your comments. They can only have a platform in your comments. And I think when we put ourselves out there in social media land, people fail to realize that not everybody's situation is their situation. What about the mom? This is how I thought about this when I was getting some crazy comments on a reel that I did the other day. What about that mom who, because I've been this mom, right? So I know this person. And it hurts my feelings for them. What about that mom who is doing the best she can? Grocery prices are up 13%. She was already struggling to buy food for her family. And the church or some type of civic organization or some person who wanted to feel goods, right? Not out of the kindness of their heart, they just wanted a good little feel good, called her and said, hey, listen, we heard that you had a need for a Thanksgiving meal. And this is what we came up with in response to a prayer that she prayed. Lord, all I have is grocery money. I don't have anything else for a big fancy schmancy Thanksgiving meal. What about that person, right? And then we come in the comments not knowing stuff. Oh, well, at my house, we don't use boxed food. I'm glad you don't. But what about the person who has to? Because that's where they are this time. Or the person who works 70 and 80 and 90 hours a week trying to make ends meet. And this is the best that they could do because they don't have time. They need a quick fix so that they can get into bed and get a little rest because maybe this is their one day off this week. What about that person? So I know that life because for many, 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 many years, people sponsored my kids and I. Hey, Shakema, here's your box. Or they do little food drives at school. This is what they collect at school. And they'll give a box. I was at school on Tuesday and I saw the counselors and the communities and schools, lady, taking boxes out to cars, walking with turkeys to cars. As I'm taking my 2 crock pots in for the potluck we were having. And the first thing in my mind was, man, I should have brought those 2 turkeys I had to help somebody else. And I did give them away. But I wanted to help those kids. Because I know what it's like to not know how you're going to do all the things. So, we're going to live our best life. We're going to mind our business. We're going to celebrate when people win, right? We're going to celebrate when people win. And it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. So I'm up and I've got a couple things that I want to get done before I start in the kitchen. Again, I do have a couple things that I need to get done and that I plan to get done. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my bed. I've got some clothes that need to be put away in my closet. I'm actually going to go in and pull out a few things. My closet gets overrun with stuff and I just start pulling, right? I've got a couple things that I need to get rid of. I do need some long sleeve shirts, but I got 2 Nadine West bags today. And so I'm going to go through there and prayerfully some shirts in there that I can use. I'm going to vacuum the floor. And then I'm going to fold a load of laundry. Now, before I fold a load of laundry, let me see what I need to do. The stuffing, the cornbread. No, I can get the laundry folded. I only have to get I need to be in my kitchen by 9:30-ish. And it's right before 7. I'm going to let the dogs out. Come on. Let's go outside. They did not get a walk yesterday, so they are going to get a pretty good walk today. Come on, Acro. Come. Because we had a Friendsgiving event yesterday, and we were out. They did get a walk, but they usually get 2 pretty decent walks, so I'm going to have the kids give them a pretty decent walk this morning. We have some laundry to do. Sister, go ahead and start the laundry. Make sure we pull everything, and there's no more laundry to go. Pull everything and start it. We have a boatload of dishes to be done, only because we cleaned out the fridge of all of our extra Friendsgiving things. And so we're going to help Sister, Jack and I are going to help Sister get her dishes together. And then our food dehydrator is done. We did more apples, so we're done. And I'm going to pull these out and package those up. We went to Friendsgiving last night, and a friend of mine was getting rid of their turkey carcass. So I asked if we could take it, because they were going to be out of town for the next couple of days and they didn't want to leave it. He was going to throw it away. So I said, well, let me take it. And we put it on last night. And what we just did was we put some water, some seasonings. I'm going to add a few little seasonings in there. We're making a broth that I'm going to use for the stuffing. And then whatever meat is left in there, I'm going to pull off to do like a turkey soup. So we're repurposing that. Sister's going to get started on laundry. So we got a couple things that we're going to do. We just thought you guys would want to come along with us. Again, we're giving this vlogging a chance, right? I think, like Sarah said, we're going to give it a solid year, starting January 1st, 2023, and honestly give it our best effort. Now, I do give it my best effort. I work hard over here, but I also work, right? I work a job. I'm not a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm not a part-time worker. I don't work 3 days a week. I work 5 days a week. I also have a ministry full-time. I am a full-time pastor. I do not get paid to pastor. I do not get a monthly stipend to pastor. It's just my heart to do. And those ladies who join my group are a blessing to me. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to do my best that I can. We've done a terrific job of doing what we can. So what I'm going to stop doing is the weekly grocery hauls, where I'm going to supersede other videos just to get the grocery haul out. I'm not couponing anymore. So I'm just going to let them roll, right? I'm going to let the videos roll where they are. And that's how it's going to be. So, and then I am going to try to keep my budget videos, though, on Sundays, because that just seems to be the best day of the week for me to do those. I do have... Jack, you okay? Okay, let me go check on him. BRB.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, so I have 2 pair of boots from Goodwill that for some reason just don't work anymore. One pair, it tightens around my ankle after a certain amount of time wearing them. It almost makes me feel like I'm gonna fall. And then another pair just too tight on my toes. So I'm going to send them back to Goodwill where they came from, whence they came. Back they go. Jackson has a couple books that are gonna go as well. So as I'm going through cleaning, now that I have the fan on because I'm hot. 5 minutes ago I was cold. Ooh, Jesus. So as I'm going through cleaning, I'm just pulling out anything that doesn't work anymore. Cause this is just a 10-minute, 15-minute quick clean. I do vacuum my floors twice because we have 2 dogs and we do pick up a ton of dog hair, even though they're short. Acro's been to the groomer. He's had a de-shed. They still do shed. So I try, and the kids brush, but I still vacuum the floors twice just to make sure. And then of course, so that we're not picking up allergens for Jackson with the asthma. So I'm gonna get some stuff done with the closet, and then we're gonna jump into the laundry room to work on laundry. It's 7:14. Again, I don't have to start cooking until about 9:30 because I'm only doing stuff and I'm only doing cornbread and I'm picking up the chicken. So I have time this morning to make sure that I go ahead and get some projects done that I want to get done. The kids are going with their dad for a couple of days, so it's just going to be me. So I need to make sure that everything is well before they go. We are going to sweep the living room, roll the couches, and then go ahead and wet mop that floor because now with the wooden floors or laminate floors down, you can see when we've walked in and out because we did have a little bit of rain the other day. So we want to make sure that that space is nice and clean before the kids leave, and then it's just me with everything. So my kids do help in the household. Sometimes you see them on camera, sometimes you don't. Alana is very camera shy. She does not appreciate having the camera in her face. Jackson either, not a lot, but he'll do stuff in the kitchen with me, which helps out. But so right now, we're just getting some stuff done that we can all do before I jump into the kitchen. I cannot cook in a not clean kitchen. So the kids are working on dishes. I think they're taking turns. Brother's helping some, and then sister will jump in because we have a ton of dishes just from cleaning out the fridge. I'm actually going to go and pull out some additional things because I think there's a few more things in there that need to be pulled out. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, that's out.
Stuff. You know we have that barbecue sauce in there.
Probably need to get some paper towel and just put in this thing. All right, y'all, so what I'm doing now is just doing a rough clean out of the fridge, throwing out things we haven't used, and keeping the things that we do use, but putting it so that the kids have ready access to it. The things we use all the time, right? Creams, milks, that type of thing, condiments, or some of my larger condiments over here, or pickles and things that we don't use quite often. And then some of the things that we do use, the jams. This is a supplement that I take, garlic, all the milks and stuff, and then my cooking wines are on the bottom. Remember, I don't drink, but I do cook with wine. Okay, all right.
But is it drinkable?
You can drink it if you want.
That down there.
But I don't drink, so I wouldn't drink it. Bacon grease, I do keep that in the fridge. And then I do have some fish that I took out yesterday that I'm gonna have for breakfast. So I can have that, sister. I'll take this. We bought some coleslaw yesterday, so I'm just gonna throw those in the basket. Okay, and I have some oranges down here. What, babe? What is it? They can come in, it's perfect. I need a new trash bag though. Is anybody gonna eat the rest of this banana bread? If not, we're gonna toss it. Okay, perfect. I'm not gonna fight people over. So yeah, I'm just, cause Jack is not well, I wanna make sure that we're wiping down surfaces. So of course I'm just using some Lysol to wipe down. It's just a quick a quick wipe down. I'm not by any means stretch cleaning my refrigerator. I'm just wiping it down. I do have some tangerines or some cuties down here that I am going to put in the dehydrator so that we can use this as smell goods in the house, because I like my house to smell good around the holidays. I like my house to smell good all the time, but definitely around the holidays for the house to smell nice. And so they're just kind of going bad sitting in the bottom of this fridge. So I am going to put them in the dehydrator and let them dehydrate. Thank you, sister. That can be dumped. This and this. Combine those, please. Okay. All right. We just have a little bit of ham soup from the other night, which I can still eat that for the next couple days, because remember the kids are going to be gone. I'm still going to clean out my what bag? Probably yes. I would. 11:30 is what time he's coming, and it's another 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
So y'all probably want to eat like right now, 8 o'clock. That at least give you something on your stomach before he comes. Okay. So that's good. The fridge, move in Jesus' name. You're doing a lot right now, and I need you to move. Okay. So I've got the fridge clean. What I am gonna do now is, I'm gonna put my cranberry sauce back. I'm eating this because this is what I can eat. Actually, I might want to take this too because it's a sugar-free, and I can eat this, but I can take it with me. All right. So that's going there. I'm gonna pull out. Now I have anal-like tendencies. I hate for my fridge to be looking ridiculous. I'm gonna put those veggies down in the bottom. I've got just some cuties that are just not good, and so we're gonna get rid of some of these that aren't good, but some of the ones that haven't turned yet, I'm gonna put those in the dehydrator. Can't say enough about the dehydrator. It makes me feel, it honestly makes me feel like I have one of those, what do you call them? Those, freeze dryers. For me, the dehydrator's like the freeze dryer. I'm like, oh, let me dehydrate that. I'll dehydrate this too. I know it's silly, but it is what makes me happy. Can I have those veggies, sister? We did have some veggies come out of our garden, and I have not had time to process them yet. So we put a paper towel in the bag. I'm just going to put them down in the veggie cabinet. This is veggies. Okay, let me change that setting for veggies. Okay, I don't have time to process them right now, so I am going to put them down here. I've changed the setting on that drawer for veggies, and this one on this side is for fruit. The fridge is a little bit more cleaned out. I do need to wipe off one more. Why do I have, why? This is a little piece of butter. It's a little piece of, why? Why, friends? Why, friends? Friends. Just why, friends?
What is it? Oh, what is it?
I got cheese in one corner of the cabinet, cheese in another corner of the cabinet, and nothing is where it needs to go. Nothing. Okay, no clue what that is or why it's there or that. Okay, perfect.
Oh, you got some cheese.
I did, but you can't find nothing in here because
Also, I can put
nothing.
any of this stuff up.
Jackson put it up yesterday. It's your brother, friend. Friend is your brother. It's your brother who puts the things up yesterday, and so now nobody knows where anything is or where it goes. But have no fear, Mama's here, right? And we're getting all the things done that need to be done. Very good. We're gonna use these little pats of butter that I use for the stuffing, because I can't live in these types of conditions where your house is just tore slam up. I can't live. Other people can live. I cannot live.
Portrait.
All right, my sun-dried tomatoes in the fridge. Perfect. Last little thing here to wipe out. I need that mandolin slicer though, so that I can get the
your stuff wrong. I gave you your things.
What things, babe?
Right.
Oh, perfect, thanks. Yep, I'll get some gas. Okay, that's the end of that. That's the end of this. We're gonna eat that fish.
Where are you going to put your flowers?
What flowers?
Your
Oh, right there by the tree. As soon I'm gonna get the tree stirred out. We'll put a few things up. Will you turn it on though for right now, please? Okay, fridge is clean. All phones until I can get my work done and you can have your phone back. Perfect. Thanks so much. I appreciate. Okay. All right. I've got this mandolin slicer out. I'm gonna take out my apple slices. I did wash my hands because I have been working this morning. Okay. I don't want them to be too thin. Okay. We'll see what that looks like. But I have enjoyed my dehydrator. These came out as perfect apple chips, and I'm just gonna put them in a jar for the kids to have. Nothing stuck this time, and I think that's because I sliced them a little bit thicker than I did the last time. And those apples were really sweet. Okay. Somebody turn the air down, I'm hot. Roasting. Game changer for me over here with this dehydrator. All right, so there that is, that's all done. I'm gonna take those oranges, I'm gonna slice them, I'm gonna put some cinnamon on them, so as they're dehydrating, it can actually fragrance the house. I do wanna wipe this out though, to make sure that is clean when we start again. It's easy clean, just a damp cloth to wipe it out. What do you need, bud?
I just had to throw up. I just had to throw up.
What?
I just had to throw up.
You threw up?
Not like sick. It just it's not good.
Okay. I think this is from the allergy shots. I don't think it's from that nose part. I think it's the allergy shots. In a second, sister, in there. Sister's gonna get the stool, sister. Get the stool, sister. No, it should. Sister's gonna do dishes. You start in the living room, so she can at least have a little sit down.
I start what?
In the living room, sweep, vacuum, and mop. Yes, ma'am?
Yes.
Very good, okay. So again, we all work in this house. We all live here and we all work together. You may not see the kids, and that's just their preference. If they don't prefer to be on, then I don't make them be on. I just don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, and it's at their leisure how they feel. Okay. This is a messy business on the mandolin. So what I may do is just cut these by hand, right? I'll just cut these by hand and not do the mandolin because I think it's just gonna be a messy business. They're so juicy. Okay. And maybe it'll be just easier. And then I'm just gonna take the pieces and put them in this Ziploc bag so I can put some cinnamon in. And just cutting the oranges smells amazing. I did see a recipe for some powdered orange peel and powdered lemon peels. Oh yeah, this cuts up pretty decent. Those slices are pretty big though, so I want to make sure that I'm cutting them small. You don't have to, sister.
You don't know what happened last night.
What happened last night?
Shannon texted me.
What'd he say?
Send me Jackson's list.
Oh,
Does he find the number?
Did you get him?
I put it
he put, send it again.
No, Jackson got to the point. I texted Jackson to text Shannon.
Well, he didn't have his phone.
What do you mean?
When did you text Jack?
This was like last night after we came back.
Oh, child, I'll tell you right now.
I don't know. Jackson had some.
He wasn't checking no text messages.
No, I'm saying it was.
Okay, if I slice it with a knife, it's better. It's not, it's not as running the juice, so I don't want that juice to be running down my dehydrator either. So I'm cutting these not as thin as I think they should be, because they're really like, so they may take a little longer to dehydrate. But my house will smell good, and I'll be here for that. And I'm just using these for smelling goods of the house. I'm not using these to eat. The apples we will eat, because these oranges are really at the end. But I saw the girl from Rouse Rising, she did some oranges in her dehydrator. I cannot remember her name. God, that makes me upset. Katie, maybe? Katie from Rouse Rising? Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me wrong, because I could be wrong. But I thought that was a good idea. And she said they use them for decoration, so I thought, hey, why not, right? Yep. It's a great way to use it. I'm not losing it. And I think Three Rivers Homestead dehydrated some oranges as well, if I'm remembering that correctly. And then, brother, when you get done with that, I want you to come and do the fish. Get the fish going, because I'm going to start with laundry. Okay, so now the orange and cinnamon. And then I'm just gonna close up the Ziploc bag, smoosh everything around, and then put them on the trays. And what I think I'm gonna do, what I decided with my sun-dried tomatoes, which I think will work, halfway through the process, I'm gonna flip the trays, pause it, and then flip the trays so that everything on the bottom is not just getting all of the, it's traveling, trying to get up to the top. So if I flip the trays, like make the bottom ones on the top, everything will get done evenly. Because for the sun-dried tomatoes, the tomatoes on the bottom were definitely more dehydrated than the ones on the top, and they all went for 8 hours. So I wanna make sure that it's all being equally distribution. I don't know how many trays this is gonna take, but I will tell you it smells amazing in my house right now with these oranges. And so next time we can dehydrate some where we'll be able to eat them. But these were going, so I wanted to make sure that I could use them. So we won't eat these, but some of the next ones we'll be able to eat. I don't want to overcrowd the tray because I have plenty of trays. This is a 5-tray dehydrator. It's the Vivo Home brand. It's about $79, I believe. And I can see that if you're doing peels, then when they dehydrate, then you can just powder them, right? You can powder them and use them in recipes if you're just doing the peels. Like if it calls for zest, then you could use those. Two trays I think is gonna do it for these. Because I didn't have a lot. Most of those, and they were the cuties anyway. Three trays. Okay, that's the end of that. Trash. My plate is now trash. And I'm going to give Sister the knife and the cutting board, and I'm heading into the laundry room. Okay, morning, y'all. So it's time to get ready for church. And before I get ready, though, I wanted to show you these things. I had a company reach out. They're Wisf, W-I-S-F. And they asked me if they could share some bags with me. And I said, sure. Hey, y'all know I'm the bag lady. I'm here for it. And so I'm extremely excited to see what they sent. I thought they were missing something, but I think it's in here. So I love black and white and red. Those are always classic colors to me. And right now I just have my Bible in a green bag, in a green Bible case. And it's fine. It works out fine to carry it that way. But I can't carry anything else. And then also Sister, she takes some change of clothes, or, you know, sometimes we just need a little bag. To carry some things in. So it's just a little tote bag. But I love the red flowers. That's the reason why I picked this one, was because of the red flowers. So it's really just a tote with straps. It was $5.99. I think it was $5.99. I'll link it if anybody is interested in this company, but that's one of them. And so I have two. So I'm going to actually be giving one as a gift because I don't need two of the same. Yeah, I don't know for the life of me why I ordered two of the same, but probably to give as a gift to somebody that just likes carrying things in their small little bag. You know what I mean? Sometimes on Sunday, you just need an extra little bag. And then they also sent this one, which this one is a little bit more substantial, and I do like this one quite a lot. I'm trying to open it with one hand. Y'all pray my strength. So let me see what this one looks like. Oh, this is very pretty, right? It's that checkerboard pattern. It has this little ribbon on the front. And this one is a stand-up. Right, so it has that bottom in it that will actually stand. Which I think is probably more what I would like to take for church, because it almost actually mimics a purse, right? It actually mimics a cute little purse. So if I didn't want to take my purse at all I had to do was throw my wallet in here, my cell phone, and my Bible, and I'm free to move. Has a pocket on the inside, zipper pocket, and these are much shorter and more substantial straps than the other one. I thought I had ordered the one with the letter on the front, but I didn't. I just got the checkerboard one, which is perfectly fine, like I said. So if I want to take some stuff to church, in there, my Bible bag, a couple other things that I might need for the day if I'm teaching, or that's another one. if I have to go somewhere and I'm going to meet up or teach or do a pop-up Bible study, which, hey, look at the Lord give me an idea. I might have a pop-up Bible study, right? So that would be good to just put my materials in. A lot of times when I go places, I do like to give gifts or whatever. So I might put something in there that were my gifts to take along with me. I could actually put my computer in there to take along with me. Say I'm going to Starbucks or, you know, so I wanted to take my big school bag, which is what I normally take with me, you know, if I'm carrying my computer, is my big school bag. But it has all my school stuff in it, and I don't want to take everything out, so I just usually end up taking the whole thing. But this is large enough to fit my laptop in, and I would have it with me all the time, so I wouldn't worry about somebody, you know, trying to grab it, because it's purse size. It can fit on my shoulder, and so I would just, it's a way to downsize some of the stuff that I have. And then the last thing they sent, which I think this is what I thought was missing, but I think this is it. My apron that I have, that I use in my reels and videos, I've had it for years and years. I can't remember where I got it from, Walmart, I'm sure. But it's really just old, and something happened to it in the washing machine. And it just looks dirty all the time. So I did order an apron. So here's the apron. It's really cute. I love the colors. I will be honest and say this would not be what I would consider apron-like material quality. It's probably more of a pretty apron than a durable apron. But if you're a, you know, pretty apron person instead of durability, which sometimes for the reels, I do like to have pretty apron. I just like people to, you know, to look at what they're looking at and enjoy it. But this one has butterflies. And I thought this one was missing, but it wasn't. So this was in the bag. And that is that. So again, that's Wisf, W-I-S-F. But I will put their information down below if you're interested in ordering anything. I'll show you what I picked, and then you're able to pick a few things. The prices were very reasonable. Again, I don't know if I would have picked this material for an apron, but all the other ones for the bags that I got are just fine. So there that is. And going along with that really quickly, we're doing jammies this year. Now, we went to Aldi. We could not find everybody the same jammy thing. So this is a onesie for Jackson. And then we're meeting up with some people, and they have their color scheme already set. But for sister and I, to go along with the black and red check pattern, we found this two-piece. So we got a two-piece for Alana and myself to go with Jackson's onesie. We did look for matching onesies, and we couldn't find it. And then we saw another pair of jammies that were like the shirt with the fitted pants at the bottom, but we couldn't find those for the guy, right? We only found it for me and Alana. So this is the best we could hope for as far as jammies are concerned. I think these were $12.99, and I think this onesie was like $16.99. But hey, listen, we'll have them after the holiday. It'll all be well. I'm gonna have coffee this morning. So I'm gonna have coffee this morning and then grab a quick shower. We do have some dishes to wash and then some to put away. So these just need washing. I think it's just a crock pot and a bowl and a strainer. And then these are all clean over here. Kitchen is clean with the exception of those few things. Dehydrator in the back. Thumbs up all the way. We made some of our sun-dried tomatoes last night. Yum and delish, all the things. I think I'm gonna have some of that for breakfast this morning. I'm not normally a breakfast person, but I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm wearing today. Today is, we don't have colors. It's wear whatever you want. So I'm gonna find something in my closet that fits, and I'm gonna wear that. Can't decide if I wanna wear a dress or jeans. I'm thinking about a black dress that I have, and then some type of a cover up because it's a short sleeve and it's a little chilly outside. and then maybe a pair of boots. I'm thinking about a red jacket or a red blazer. Get into the Christmas spirit, right? Thanksgiving is over. The kids and I will be putting together our tree and bringing out a few little decorations this afternoon. But anywho, let me get my life together so that I can get some break fast going. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. All right, friends. So we are back from church and we're leaving again. So we had a little bit of drama this morning. The kids went to take the dogs for a walk. And normally, hang on, let me find some shoes. I'm going to put these shoes on. Just put her harness on and her leash. So the kids went to walk the dogs this morning, and that's not unusual. They walk the dogs. Go with sister, mama. You know, they walk them every day. And sister comes back in, and she's in a panic. She says, Mom, a dog attacked ma'am. Go with Alon, sister. Ma'am. You need to put the harness on her, too.
He's getting it.
And so we got him in, checked her out. She looked fine when we did notice that she did have that right back paw up some. And, you know, but I didn't see anything. Well, we come home. We went to church this morning. We come home. We left them. They were fine. She was not crying or anything like that. And I'm getting my shoes off for the day, about to sit down and do some work. And Alana says, hey, Mom, come and look at this. Well, she has a puncture inside of her leg, and she also has a puncture on her shoulder. So in order that we not get infections and blah, 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 all the things. So she does have a bite. She has a gash mark on the inside of her leg. She also has a gash mark in her shoulder. And so in order, it's so hard to, you know, you have your animals and your family, and you care about them deeply. So when sister came back in this morning, she was visibly shaken, upset. And so we have things in place that the kids are supposed to have with them just in case, because people let their dogs off all the time. And the dogs have been charged before. Now, we keep our dogs on leashes because we know that they are liable to interact with other dogs anytime and be aggressive, right? Not that our dogs are not aggressive with us. But when you meet a strange dog, you're not sure whose territory is which. That could be a split moments of situation. And so when she came in this morning, I mean, I almost was like, okay, let me just let this go. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let it go, because I'm going to go down there and say something, because people are irresponsible with their dogs. And so I went down there and I rang the bell, because sister, we drove down in the car. Sister told me which house. We rang the bell. Nobody would respond. There's cars outside of the driveway, but nobody's responding. So then a car pulls up, and sister's like, Mom, that's the lady. That's the lady. So I went to her and I said to her, ma'am, please, I understand that your dog attacked my dog. I said, please keep your dog leashed. That's a responsible pet owner thing to do. Now, if you believe in unleashing your dog and just letting them out, please skip this part and move on with life, because I don't want to have to come in these comments and act up, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do right now. And she proceeded to go all the way around her elbow trying to get to her neck. And I'm like, ma'am, that's not the issue here. Well, I was just trying to get him in the car. Even if you're taking your dog from the front door to the car, leash your dog. Because if a randomized dog comes up, not even that they're in your space, they just on a walk, minding their business, on a leash, your dog is not going to understand. They see dog, another dog, problems. Let us do things. And my daughter was shaking up. She was so upset. She was like, Mom, but I couldn't protect her. And I've told her, I said, there is nothing you can do when two dogs are fighting with each other. You must get out of the way and call for help. That's it. Because they are liable to tear you apart trying to get to each other. So I say all that to say, I told the lady, I said, you didn't even care enough. She's like, I am a kindergarten teacher, and that means what? I'm a teacher too. And what, ma'am? That does not remove the responsibility from you of being a responsible pet owner. So she's like, I'm not a jerk, and neither am I, but I'm letting you know that if your dog is off leash again and he attacks my dog, we're calling the law on you and your dog, period, the end. Just so you know. Because now what's going to happen, now we got to go to the vet because she's limping on that leg and she has open wounds. So now I have to take my dog to the vet, and I'm going to have a vet bill that I shouldn't have. That's going to cut into my savings. But she has to be cared for, right? See, people don't think ahead. Your decisions and your recklessness are costing me money and time and effort and energy. I'm supposed to be doing some other things. And now and she has high anxiety. She does not like the vet. So now I've got to take her to the vet, and emergency vet at that. So it's not a regular vet visit. This is an emergency vet visit. So do I take my vet bill down there and say, excuse me, ma'am, your dog bit my dog. Here's the bill. And see if they're going to pay that? Because probably they're not. So I share all that to say we have had a morning and now we're having an afternoon. But I'm thankful that find something to be thankful for, right? My kids were not hurt. My kids were not hurt. My dog was hurt, and I care about that. But I would have carried grave concern had it been one of my children that was attacked by a random dog. We don't know if that dog has their rabies shots. We don't know if that dog has had shots. My dog has had shots. And she's limping on that leg, and she can hardly even move it. And so now we've had to medicate her because she has high anxiety. And we're going to put her in the car, and we're going to take her over to the vets now. And see exactly how that goes. So I'm going to pop off of here, grab my purse, and take her. But again, to be thankful that there is an emergency vet open, and it's still early in the afternoon. It's just a little bit before 2 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and take her over. Go with Alana, Mama. You go with Alana. But she is limping on that leg, and I just hate what happened. Go ahead and take her, sister. I'm coming. So anywho, we're going to pop out and do that real quick. What, babe? I'm coming. No, I'm coming. We're going to pop out. We'll let you guys know how it all turns out when we get back. All right, y'all. So it is the next day, and we are back from the vet. Ma'am got 3 staples in her shoulder and 3 staples in her thigh. And she got some pain meds. She got some antibiotics, and she got something to help with the swelling. So she's got 3 different medications. We have not given her the pain meds because the swelling medication also has pain medication in it. And I really am not a big fan of heavy sedation. I want her to move around. I want her to drink. I want her to eat. If I see that she is in pain, then for sure I'll give her the meth. Mama. See, right now she's able to drink. Look at the girl. Hello, my friend. Hello, lovely. Oh, there. Oh, she hates this comb. Hey, Mama. Say hi. Hello, my best friend. Hello, my best friend. Hello. She's wagging her tail. So she is much better than she was yesterday, right? We just needed to get her squared away. We didn't want that those puncture wounds oozing, which they were doing yesterday. When we got to the vet, they had started to bleed. They had not bled before. And she slept last night. One of the things, she does usually sleep here on the bed with me down here. And when I went into bed, she was on the carpet over there. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. She's not able to jump on the bed because of that shoulder and because it's both on the same side. She's not able to jump up here. It's fine nowhere she can sleep on the floor. Well, she wasn't having any of that. So she just came right over here, put them front paws on the bed like, excuse me, ma'am, can you help me up here? Because I'm trying to get up here. So I did help her get on the bed, and she, like I said, she just sleeps right here at the bottom of the bed. And she got on, and she stayed there all night. She shifted a little bit in the night, but for the most part, she was fine. Acro usually just sleeps right on the floor by my bed, by my head. And of course, now she's back on the rug. So I was going to work today, but I felt like I wasn't sure what she was going to be like. I want to make sure she doesn't have an adverse reaction to that medicine. So I had to give her 1 dose last night. Now she's on a 12-hour cycle. And so I just wanted to make sure that she, you know, didn't have diarrhea or vomiting in my house while I wasn't home. And I didn't want to get the kennel out because it takes too much to do all that. And I don't want to put her in Acro's kennel because he has his own separate kennel. We don't mix them. So anyway, went to the vet. They did all the things. $464.60 later, she is on the mend, and we are very thankful for that. So life is good, right? Yes. Thankful that I had the money. I did have to pull it out of my savings account, but God is always faithful, and he's always good, and he's always going to make a way, and it's always going to be well. His takeaways, my children were not hurt. Acro was not involved because Acro is not well sometimes in his thinking. It's just not. You know, but he was traumatized as a dog. We don't know, again, still all of the things that happened to him in his younger time. And so we are thankful that he was not involved in any type of altercation. I'm looking for, I'm not able to find. Yeah, no, I don't see it there. Let me see. What are, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the Dollar General. Shoot, I wasn't trying to go to the Dollar General this morning. So we are thankful that he is perfect, right? He was great, and he wasn't involved, because that would have been really bad for the other dog. He is not stable, and he will fight. He will fight. Ma'am, not so much. And I don't even know, like, they were walking back home, because we live in our, there's a dead end. There's no out of our neighborhood. So you just go around. And so they go around, and they were walking back towards the house, which meant the side that was attacked would have been on the street side. And so either the dog had to come around her to attack, or the dog was near the vehicle, and that was the side they were just walking past and attack. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm only getting what sister, was able to tell me. But anyway, again, like I said, things to be thankful for. I'm thankful for that my children, because Alana was in the middle of the 2 dogs. She didn't know, don't get in the middle of the dogs, right? So at least she wasn't hurt. And we didn't end up having to be at the hospital with her. So that's good. Even though ma'am got wounded, she will mend. And I'm thankful I had the money to take her to get her squared away, and all is well. So anywho, there it is. We're going to call it a vlog here. It's a long one today, y'all. Sorry. Lots going on. We do have some Christmas decoration stuff coming up. We're going to be doing a around the house clean, because I've just got a couple things that I need to go through and get situated. But I'm off work today with the dogs. I do have to run to Dollar General real quick. I'm going to get some stuff for my hair. I do need to color it again, because that color is, my new growth is coming in. And I am not a huge fan of the 2-tone hair. Like, I am a 1 hair color person. But I guess when it's this light and the dark starts to come back in, you just kind of notice it. But anywho, there it is. If you liked the video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much to all of our new subbies around here. We are happy to have you. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.